Hey everyone, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer here. And today we are taking on part 2 of our discussion from last week on future identity. It's like when you can actually visualize and see yourself in a different role in your life, at a different place in your life, achieving different dreams. That's when you can begin to really create that life for yourself and become that future being, create that future life that you want. So last week, what I said to you was I wanted to really challenge you to start to practice visualizing that future identity for yourself, because it can be a struggle. If you don't know any other way, your mind tends to stop in that space of what you know or where you are, versus being able to move on into what it is you want to create in that future being or that future identity. So I encourage you to start visualizing. So here's what I found out though. So many people, they don't really understand what visualization is. It can be misperceived as being woo-woo for one thing, and it's not. There's actually some science behind it, and it can also be misinterpreted as just like daydreaming. But daydreaming and visualization are two very, very different things. When you daydream, you let your mind wander. You tend to not have a lot of control over those thoughts. Your mind just goes and drifts and wanders. And yes, maybe you daydream about some of the stuff that you are interested in or that you want, but there's not a specific purpose to that daydream. It's just simply daydreaming. And I'm not saying that's bad. Daydreaming's kind of fun. It's fine. But visualization is different. So visualization really has a purpose and intent. And even though you're letting your mind go to a certain place, you are also controlling many of those thoughts. So I'm going to give you some examples of how you can utilize visualization in order to create your future identity, and therefore give your mind, your subconscious mind particularly, the power to work in a purposeful direction, so that it can create the ideas that are needed to reach those goals, achieve those dreams, and take the actions necessary in order to get there. So visualization, one of the most prominent types is called mental rehearsal technique. And what mental rehearsal technique is, it's something that elite athletes use all the time. Some of the world's most highest performers use this technique, and well, really all of these techniques. But this idea of a mental rehearsal. So I'm going to use the example of an athlete. My daughters, as you all know, are both athletes, and well, you know, we're in the sports world all the time. But anyway, someone who's trying to visualize themselves, let's say, and running a race. They're going to visualize every aspect of that, every muscle, every detail, the sound of the crowd, the feel of their cleats hitting, you know, the track. They're going to visualize their muscles moving, every joint, every muscle. They're going to smell the air. They're going to hear the sounds. They're going to feel the touch of the wind on their body. So visualization, or the mental rehearsal technique, they literally go through every step, every process. They get their senses involved, and they visualize themselves running through that finish line, being in front of everybody else. It's really putting themselves into that place. If you're, you know, someone who is wanting to create a certain dream for yourself, you have this certain vision or this future identity you want to create, then what you want to do in order to practice mental rehearsal technique is really visualize yourself doing that thing you want to do. So say you want to speak on a stage. You want to be a public speaker or a thought leader, and you really want to get out there and speak on stage. Then put yourself in that space. And this technique, it really only takes about 5 minutes. You want to do it like twice a day, morning, evening, 5 minutes, but put yourself in there. Really tap into it. Imagine that feeling of being on that stage. What is your body doing? How is your posture? How is your voice projecting? Hear yourself, hear the crowd and the people out there listening and cheering for you. Hear, your voice as it projects out into the arena or the auditorium, wherever you're speaking. Feel the feeling, the touch, the smell, like really put yourself into that space and create that visual of what you would be doing, how it would feel energetically. Can you imagine the excitement and the intensity of those feelings? Like put yourself in there and really visualize that. And then once you do that, once you have visualized yourself, and what you can do is you can visualize the experience happening first, okay? Like seeing the whole experience happening. Then put yourself in there and do it again and visualize as if it is from your eyes looking out. So you're one step, you're going to be visualizing yourself, just watching the experience happen. And the next step, you'll be able to visualize yourself in that space. And so you're going to see everything occurring through your own eyes. And then once you've done that, you just take that image, take that vision and all those details. Again, remembering all the senses, the sounds, the smells, how it feels in your body, and pull that in. Really take it into your heart and take that with you. And again, you do this twice a day, right? And then a couple of other techniques that I just want to mention briefly. And if you want to read more detail on this, of course, you can go to my blog. I'll put the link in the post with this video today. It's just michelleweimer.com/visualization. You can look that up and you can read the post. But the other couple of techniques that I just want to mention today, you can do dream pictures. I call them dream pictures, and these go great with vision boards. I don't know anybody who hasn't probably heard of a vision board by now, but you literally just create a board, get a cork board or something, and take those dreams, those visions that you have for yourself, and you put those on the board, and it's something you see every day. And again, what these visualization techniques do is they help put into your subconscious mind that image of your future identity. Because again, if you can't visualize yourself there, then your mind can struggle to create that experience for yourself, struggle to create the ideas in order to get there, struggle to go forward with the actions to get there. And, obviously visualization is just one part of it. Visualizing your future identity is one piece. You still have to take action. Like action has to happen. You can't just sit back and hope that something will just show up on your front doorstep. But what it does is it helps your subconscious mind and yourself believe in that ability for you to achieve those experiences and those goals. So dream cards, dream pictures are another way to do that, to visualize yourself there. You can put yourself into the picture. So you want a brand new car? Go to the car lot and take a selfie of yourself in this car. You want to, again, have yourself visualize yourself being on stage and speaking to a crowd. Maybe take a picture of an auditorium or a place where you want to see yourself speaking. Put yourself into that space. And when you do that, it gives your subconscious the ability to create that image for yourself. A couple other strategies real quick: goal cards and affirmations. You can use goal cards where you write that goal down and you, again, write some detail down about it, and then you read through those goal cards every day. You can read through them in the morning and in the evening. And here's the thing about the evening, you guys, that those last thoughts you have before you go to bed at night, those are really important. And what most people tend to do is they think about all the stuff they didn't get done. They're like, oh man, I need to do this and I got to do that. And they start worrying and stressing. I have clients all the time, they struggle with sleep, and it's because their minds, they want to shut their minds off, and they've got this negative stuff playing over and over. So if you have goal cards or you do the visualizations at night, it's really much more powerful, because then what's in your brain is those positive thoughts, those visions for what you want to create for your future. And that's what your mind's marinating on all night long. That's what you're putting into your head, and that's what your subconscious has the ability to think through and to process. And again, when you're engaging your subconscious, in these thoughts, you're able to work on creating more purposeful direction so that you can create ideas and actions. You start to change your beliefs, and that's huge, right? Changing those old self-limiting beliefs, and you can create that future identity. So again, if you want to know more, get a little more detail on this, I'm going to put the link to my blog post in today's video here. I'm going to put it in at the top of this. And I want to encourage you to go check it out and start practicing some of these strategies, because if you can't see yourself in that space in the future, if you can't create that future identity for yourself, if you can't clearly see your dreams or your goals, and so many people get stuck on, I don't even know what I want. It's not always that you don't know what you want. Sometimes we're afraid to admit we want something, but put yourself in that space. Start to allow your conscious and your subconscious to really envision and visualize that dream for your future. And that's when you can start putting the actions in place. You can start creating the plans, and you can start creating that future life that you want for yourself. So I want to thank you all for joining me. Those of you who are here today, I see a couple of friendly faces. Thanks for being here, guys. And until next time, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer. Bye for now.